Hi everybody, this is Con on the Road. Now, in one of my previous videos, I talked about insurance, car insurance, okay? And one of the things that not many people are aware of, and it is important for those of you who own cars more than 5 years old, is the betterment clause. Okay, now, so the idea is this. When it comes to, if let's say your car is involved in an accident, okay? Let's say the total bill to fix up the car is 1,000 ringgit. Okay, now, so of course, naturally, when you go to an insurance panel, workshop or whatever, there is a certain obligation to utilize original parts, okay, because all this has to be above board now. But you see, the thing is this, let's say that when you have a 5-year-old car, a 6-year-old car, all your car, all the parts, all the body panels would have been subject to that 5 or 6 years worth of wear and tear. Putting in brand new original parts is in effect enhancing and restoring the car to a younger age. Okay, it's like rejuvenating the car. So if the insurance company, okay, pays for the full bill, it is effectively, the insurance company is effectively paying for a rejuvenation of your car. So let's say like you get involved in a frontal accident, okay, of your 6-year-old, 7-year-old car. Then park insurance cover, wow, full new, all new headlights, all new bumpers and all that. So for the insurance company's perspective, they think that, wow, this guy, he drives a 7-year-old car, but now I'm paying for him to get all new parts. So the betterment clause covers the insurance company from the additional expense of restoring your car to its original state, to an enhanced state. See, basically the whole gist of insurance is that, of car insurance, is that if you get involved in an accident, the insurance company's obligations is to restore the car or repair the car back to the state which it was before the accident. So when you are a 7-year-old car, of course, before the accident, the car would have been subject to some wear and tear, but because you install new parts, it is now, the condition of the car is now as good as new. And the betterment clause is the insurance company's way of making the consumer pay for the difference. So that's why when your car is, say, 6 years old, okay, and your total bill, repair bill, is say 3,000, 4,000, you, the consumer, you have to top up a certain percentage of that amount. I can't remember how much. I think, if I remember correctly, it varies with age. It increases with age. Okay, the amount, the betterment amount increases with age. So if let's say like you are a 6-year-old car versus your 9-year-old car, your 9-year-old car, the betterment is even higher, so you actually have to pay an even bigger percentage of the repairs. Of course, some panel workshops, they offer you the alternative. Okay, we can fully cover the repair costs if you are willing to accept, say, not original parts, or not to say imitation parts per se, but maybe OEM parts. Okay, so it's like so they will price the repair based on the original parts, but you are covered from having to pay more by using the cheaper aftermarket replacement parts. So of course, when it comes to certain non-essential items like headlights, your bumpers and all that, if you want to use imitations, or you want to use OEMs or whatnot, that is actually quite fine lah. But my advice is when it comes to suspension, chassis components, engine components, insist on original, pay the difference. But all the external, things, right, that relate to the car's appearance, if you're willing to settle for less, it's okay. If your budget does not permit you to go the extra mile, that's fine. So yesterday when I was at Wern's Auto House, one of our viewers, Ngan, okay, he works in the his work is involved in the car insurance line, and he educated me about something. There is such a thing as a betterment waiver. So basically, when you renew your insurance, you top up that betterment waiver. Insurance company will now cover the full cost of your car's repair, okay, regardless of age. So of course upfront you have to pay a higher premium. So there is a certain, of course, there's a certain percentage you have to you know, acquire about this as you renew your insurance. But for those of you who are driving aging but not cheap to maintain cars, aging but expensive cars, this is something that you should seriously consider. Because let's say, like, if you are driving a luxury car, a Mercedes, a BMW, 6 years old, 7 years old, okay, all these cars, they will probably come with very highly canggih xenons or LED headlamps or whatnot. These things are not cheap to replace. So if you were to, and these things are, you cannot just simply replace any check-eye items. Like, you have to replace original ones, otherwise the car's electronics will go cuckoo. So when you have this kind of cars at that kind of age, right, you should seriously consider the Betterment Waiver if you can afford it. Because if you get involved in an accident, even if it is not your fault, even if you are claiming the other party's insurance, the third party's insurance, you still have to top up the betterment amount. You still have to pay for, because the insurance company will, the other side's insurance company will only pay for up to that 70% or 60% of the total repair costs. You have to top that up. So if, let's say, like, what your total repair, when it comes to all these high expensive cars, particularly with all these fancy headlights and fancy tail lights, right, accident repair, and if you insist on and if you have to use original parts, right, you can easily rack up a 5-figure bill. And if you have to pay, and a percentage of a 5-figure bill is a few K1 confirm. So yeah, if you drive all these expensive cars with fancy headlights, fancy tail lights, or, you know, very expensive body panels, and inquire about Betterment Waiver, and then from there weigh the pros and cons and see whether, you know, whether is it something that you would find useful. Because if the top up is, say, just a few $100, and if you are not pinched for money, that is something you should seriously consider. It will, if touch wood you get involved in an accident, that would save you money somewhere down the line. Yeah, okay. So yeah, that's something that I just learned, and go and find about it, ask about it. Yeah, check out this Betterment Waiver thing the next time you renew your insurance. Okay, so until my next video, thanks for watching. Bye for now.